I'm Jim Fahey, the NOAA hydrologist at Riverton, Wyoming. This is the March update of the Wyoming Water Supply Outlook, created March 11th, 2020. Looking at the Wyoming snowpack for Wyoming, the mountain snowpack across Wyoming was 105 to 115% of median by early March. Snowpack water numbers and/or snow water equivalents, or SWEs, were the highest across basins in north central through east central Wyoming, including the Bighorn and Laramie Mountains, varying between 120 to 130% of median. SWEs across basins in south central Wyoming, mainly the Sweetwater Basin, were 70 to 80% of median. In early March 2019, Wyoming mountain snowpack averaged 110 to 120% of median. These two images are from the National Operational Hydrological Remote Sensing Center, and these are remotely sensed modeled SWEs for Wyoming for early March 2020 versus 2019. Precipitation for February, the totals across Wyoming were 130 to 145% of average. Precipitation numbers varied between 230% of normal over the Tongue River drainage in north central Wyoming to 90% of average over the Upper Bear and Lower Green Basins in southwest Wyoming. Current water year precipitation totals, that's October 2019 to February 2020, across Wyoming was 100 to 110% of average. Wyoming reservoirs were averaging 75 to 80% of capacity in early March. Reservoir storages across Wyoming were above average at 120 to 130% for March. Looking at soil moisture for Wyoming, above average snow moisture percentages were mainly across drainages in northeastern Wyoming and over the upper portions of the Wind River Basin. Below normal soil moisture percentages were seen across watersheds in south central Wyoming. Wetter than normal soil conditions will continue in northeastern Wyoming through the end of June. Drought conditions across Wyoming, we're looking at no major drainages in Wyoming continue to have minimal hydrological drought conditions by early March. No major changes to current drought conditions are forecasted through the spring. Temperature and precipitation outlooks for the runoff season. Above average temperatures across central through western Wyoming during the runoff season, which is May through July, while slightly above precipitation is expected over extreme northeast to eastern Wyoming during the upcoming runoff season. And looking at the stream flow forecasts for Wyoming, near normal at 95 to 110%. Snowmelt streamflow volumes are still expected across several major basins in Wyoming. Above average snowmelt streamflow volumes are expected across a majority of the Laramie, Upper North Platte, and Powder River watersheds. The Sweetwater and Upper Green Basins, as well as portions of the Little Wind River drainage, are still forecasted to have below normal streamflow volumes during the upcoming snowmelt season. Thank you for viewing. If you have any questions or comments regarding this presentation, please get a hold of me, Jim Fahey.